So yesterday I gave a couple of tasks. So everyone please send the task to mail ID. I'll review after this class. Okay. First we'll start the topic. After the topic, we'll start the. I'll discuss those two tasks. Okay. Fine. By the time everyone send the mails. See, the today's topic is of SQL. Everyone aware what is SQL? Anyone have knowledge?
It's a structured query language.
Structured query language. Okay. What we are doing in SQL? So this SQL will come in other programming as well. There is a separate programming language will be there for SQL. Some other people also will use. Why they are using? Can anyone explain me? Anything, whatever you have idea on SQL. Why they use? No one have idea about SQL? No one.
Recording in progress. Okay. Fine. See, some other teams or other people also will use the SAS, not SAS, SQL. SQL is nothing but structured query language. They'll write some queries. Queries are nothing but code only. What exactly they are using means? They are doing means there is some data available in some database. That is, it is any database, Oracle database, DB2 database, or SQL database only. The data available in the database. So they're going to take the data from the database and they'll create some tables. Okay, they're going to take the data from the database. From the data, they're going to create some tables. Simple. That's what they're going to do. To create the tables, they will write some queries. Okay. Very similar way in proc SQL also. We are going to write a queries. Same query, same type of queries. If you already know SQL, it's very similar queries here also. But here we will not specifically from any database. For example, you have already one data set is available. From the data set, you're going to take the data set as an input. From that database, from the data set, you are going to create a new data set. By taking the data set as input, the existing data set, from the data set, we're going to create a new data sets. New tables. Okay. So what are the things we can do it using proc SQL? Okay. We can create and we can modify the existing data sets. We can create a new data sets and we can modify the existing data sets as well. Okay, clear? And we can create different types of reports. Okay, here also we can summarize the statistical data. Okay, if you want to delete or if you want to drop any SAS data set, you can also drop it here as well. Remember in base SAS topic, we discussed a topic called we combine the data set. Left join, right join, inner join, full join. We did it right. Same joins we can also did it using ProcSQL. We can also combine the SAS data sets. So we're going to discuss a topic called ProcSQL joins separately. Okay. So these are the things we can do it in a ProcSQL. Okay. There's a slight terminology difference also there between SAS and now your SQL. Okay. Till now, in a SAS, we usually call everything as a data set, correct? Now, from now onwards in ProcSQL, you're going to see a terminology called table. Table is nothing but data set only here. Okay. And in SAS, we usually call observations and variables, correct? Here we're going to call rows and columns. Rows and columns. Clear? So going forward, while I was explaining the ProcSQL queries, if I mean column, if I mentioning the column is nothing but it's meaning that variable only. If I'm mentioning the table means it's meaning the data set only. If I'm speaking about rows means it's observations. Now, this is terminology different. The meaning will be same. Okay. So I'll explain very clearly going forward how to write a query also. Okay. To write the ProcSQL queries, first we have to know what's one standard syntax. You follow the syntax, you can write any queries. Easy. Okay. Let me give you standard syntax that one. Okay. Okay. So this is the syntax. ProcSQL, if you have any options, you can give the options. First, create statement, create table, mention the table name or dataset name you want to create as select statement. And select statement, you have to mention the column names. Column names is nothing but variable names. Okay. From statement, you have to mention the input dataset name. Input table is nothing input dataset. And we can use where class, group by class, having class, order by class. Okay, how to use all these things, I'll explain now. Semicolon fit. So this is the standard syntax. If you follow this syntax, you can write any queries in a ProcSQL. Okay, but in this syntax, the important thing is the order. You have to remember the only thing is an order. You have to use in the same order, first to select statement, then from statement, where statement, group by, having, order by. You are not supposed to change this order, even if you use all the six, all the any four, any three, any two. Whichever, how many if you want, you can use it for query. That's nothing the problem, but you have to follow the order. You're not supposed to write an order by statement before the group by statement, before the having statement. You're not supposed to write. If you write like this, you will end up with an wrong output. For example, you used only these four only. Let us assume you're not supposed to use a group by statement before the where statement. Okay, you end up with the wrong output. You have to follow the same order. Any this four, this six also, or any four or any three, it's not supposed to use only these first four only. You can use select from and group having class, or select from and where and order by class. Any four, any three, any two, you can use it. But the order will come same. Okay. For example, select from where and order by you are using. This order by you're not supposed to come before where step. Okay. So if you follow the order, you'll end up with correct output, or else you'll end up with a wrong output. Okay. This order, you keep it in mind. Clear? Everyone? Now let us discuss about the how to write the queries. Okay. So this writing of queries also we'll learn very simple way, because we already know the data steps and proc steps, right? So we'll compare with that and we'll write a queries here. Then you can easily relate it to the data step or a proc step. Then you can write it in a proc SQL. Then you easily relate it and easily you can understand also. Okay. Let's see. For example, I want to create one small data set, some basic program. Generally, in a data step, how will write, for example, some class one data set I'm creating from where from a asset class data set from creating the class one data set. Okay. From class set, from say asset dot class data set, you're creating the class one data set. Fine. You're reading 19 observation from asset class data set, class one data set you are created. Okay, absolutely fine. This one. Same thing, how can I create using proc SQL? Okay. See the syntax, proc SQL, create a table. Create a table is nothing but data set. Table name I have to give. Here in the data step, you are giving the data set name, right? Similar way, here you have to write. For example, my data set name is secondary event name, class one underscore SQL. As select statement. In the select statement, you have to mention the column names, that are variable names, which you are required in the output data set. In output data set, which variables you are required, those variable names. These are the variable names, right? Name 6, age, height, weight. Only those variable names you have to mention in a select statement. Name, sex, age, height, weight. Okay. So those things you have to mention in a select statement. Remember, in a proc SQL, always variables are separated by the comma. But if you observe in a data step or a proc steps, anywhere, if you observe variable names, will separated by space, correct? Name space, sex space, age, space will be. But here, comma separator you have to use. You have to use name comma, sex comma. That's one point you have to observe. Okay. Next, from what is your input data set? Previously, on a set statement, you are writing your input data set. Now, you have to use the from statement as input. Okay, semicolon quit. So we can relate it, right? In a data step, you are writing input data set name. So here in a create statement, you are writing input data set name. And a set statement, you are writing the input data set name. Sorry, data step, you are creating output data set name. What you are creating. Set statement, you are writing input data set name. So here we are writing a from statement. Okay, so run the program. See the log. See, it is a table created, a class one scale, 19 rows, 5 columns. You can see the terminology difference also. Previously, data set is created. Now we created the table. Previously, 19 observations, 5 variables they created. Now 19 rows, 5 columns. See, same data set created using proc SQL also. Clear, everyone?
Now, see here on a select statement, I'm mentioning the all the variables. In input data set, what are the variables are there? All the variables are required in your output data set also. That time, you no need to write all the variable names like this. If you require all the variable names, what have to do?
Star we can write.
You can write a star. Simple. Select star. If you use a star, it will take all the variables from the input data set. All the variables will come in the output data set as well. See on the problem. See. This time also it's coming all the 19 rows, 5 columns, 5 columns. If you mention the 5 columns, or if you didn't know, if you mention star also, it is taking same all the 5 columns from your input data set.
So we are not using the order in a group by having order by.
That's it. Every time you don't need to use. If you require, you'll use. Okay, going forward, I'll tell you how to use. So when the scenario will come, it's not mandated that in the syntax it is there. You have to use it in every query. So as per the requirement, whichever was required, you can use that. Okay. Clear? Now here you understand, right? How to use the create statement, select statement, from statement. Create statement for creating the, you have to mention the input output data set name, select statement, which variables are required. You can mention the variable names on a select statement, and from statement you have to mention the your input data set name. Okay. So let us discuss some more programs. Okay. Some subsetting program. See. For example, some class 2 data set I'm creating. Set class. So on a keep statement, I'm mentioning I need only name, sex, age. Only these 3 variables are required in my output data set. You're keeping only these 3 variables: name, sex, age. Okay. Now same thing, how can I achieve using ProcSQL? ProcSQL, create a table. So here you have to mention the table name. For example, my table name, I can give it any data set name. Okay, class 2 underscore SQL as. Okay. Select. Now in select statement, what I have to mention? I want to keep only required variables.
Name, sex, and age.
Name, comma, sex, comma, age. Correct? So which variables are required in output data set? So those variables I was mentioned. Okay. So from your input data set is class. Semicolon. Wait. Simple. Only these variables are required, right? In my output data set. They are keeping only those variables on. So I can mention those things in a select step. That name, sex, age variable, only 3 variables are coming. Okay. So one minute. Class 3 data set I have. Set class. I want to drop sex and age variable. I want to drop sex and age variable. If I drop sex and age variable, what is the output I'm going to get? In a SAS self class data set, there are total 5 variables are there. Name, sex, age, height, weight. Now I'm dropping sex and age variable. So remaining 3 variables will come into the output data set. Those are name, height, weight. Now, same thing, how can I achieve using ProcSQL? Can anyone tell me? How can I drop the sex and age variable? Can anyone try?
ProcSQL, semicolon.
ProcSQL, semicolon.
Create table,
Create a table.
class 3 SQL, class 3 underscore SQL as
Class 3 underscore SQL as
having, I think in the option going to having. No, select.
why having will come now. Yeah, select.
Select name, height, weight.
Select star.
Select star.
Next from
From
as help dot class.
thing.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Zoom got disconnected. Yes, please continue now. I want to drop sex and age variable. Someone is telling select star from
Sir, I think we can use drop statement at a create table is equal to drop. It create table, open bracket, drop is equal to sex and age. Six comma age.
Class help dot class.
Create table, open bracket, drop is equal to 6 comma age. Again close bracket.
sorry, now it's fine now.
Yeah, it create table. We can open bracket.
Open bracket.
Drop is equal drop.
Drop equal to
6 comma age. Close bracket.
X comma age. That's it.
Yeah. For select star from /f dot class. Close quit.
Okay. So what we are doing here? Tell me to others.
Actually, we are selecting all variables
Okay.
and we are dropping sex and age.
Okay.
While creating the table.
That's it. Simple. Correct. So drop as an option we are using. It's a data set option, right? So wherever the data set name is there, you can write it as an option. Drop, keep, first ops, rename. All these are dataset options, right? We learn, so we can use it as a dataset namespace. So we are selecting all the variables from your input dataset, and we are dropping the variables which are not required in your output dataset. Clear? Easy way. 19 rows, 3 columns are created. Same name, height, weight. So drop that. Sex and age variable. Okay, clear now, everyone? Okay, so we can keep and we can drop the variables which are required, which are not required in SQL also like this. So here also, okay, you can select everything. You can keep only required. You can use a keep as an option here as well. You can use as a rename options. Okay, you can use keep, drop all the dataset options. You can also use it in a block SQL as well. Fine. Clear everyone up to here? Clear with all the 3 statements: create statement, select statement, and from statement.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Some generalized question I'll ask. Just tell me. Tell me what are the ways of creating the SAS dataset variables. Till now, what are the ways we can create a dataset variables? SAS dataset variables. How can I create a variable? Any new variable I want to create. How can I create? Tell me.
By using if conditions, if else conditions.
Okay, if by using the condition, you check the condition. Generally, what we will use if condition, then you will write, you will create a variable, right? So how you are creating the variable there? For example, if sex is equal to m, then your gender description equal to male. So how we are going to create a variable here? By using this operator, right? What is this operator called? Assignment operator. Using assignment operator, I can create a new variable. Can I say? Or else you want to create a variable I is equal to 10, j is equal to 15. So here you are also creating the new variables. When you use assignment operator, it's creating the new variable. Okay. Tell me similarly. Any other ways we can create a dataset variable? Still so many ways are there. The main thing.
Name.
Tell me what are the ways?
Name, sir. Name.
What is name?
Like a link statement like that, we can use name statement.
Name statement. Where will use name statement?
Name is equal to, we can write this data that whatever creating variable, sir.
Where will use name statement? I didn't get you. On a length statement, Balaji. Yes. On length statement also, if you mention any variable, that variable also going to be created. Good. What else?
I think format and informat.
No, format and format won't create new variables. An existing variable we can apply. Correct? Did you create any new variable using format and format? A very basic thing. First thing, on input statement, if you mention any variable, it will create, right? Forget the create.
Yeah, right, input.
That's a basic first thing. Similarly, on a length statement also, if you mention any variable, that variable also will create. Even retain statement also. In the retain statement, if you mention any variable, that variable also will create. I think we are aware up to here. Apart from this, I didn't discuss this one. Now I'll discuss using attribute statement. An attribute statement, if you mention anything variable, that variable also will be created. Now, using proc SQL also, we can create a new variables on the data set. Okay. So now I'll discuss using attribute statement in a data set method. How can I create a new variable? Very similar way, we can create a new variable in proc SQL also. Okay. How to use this attribute statement? Data. For example, I'm creating one data set called ratio. Set my input data set is set class. Okay, an attribute statement, I mentioned in the variable called ratio. Ratio is a variable name. So what is the purpose of this attribute statement? Means we can give the attributes for the variable here itself. What is the attribute? For example, this ratio variables need a label as a weight into height ratio. This is the label I want. This ratio variable have a format of 5.2 format. Means decimal, up to 2 decimals it has to print. Integer up to 5 digits, decimals up to 2 digits. Okay, what is the values you want to store? Ratio is equal to height by weight. Okay, done. So this is how we can create a new variable using attribute statement. Mainly attribute statement useful for creating the variable, and it can also useful for giving the attributes like this. Clear? Now run the program. See the log. So there is a ratio variable. See, there are 6 variables are created. See, ratio variable is created. Ratio variable is created, and also see labels also applied. See, label is coming and format also applied. So we can give the attributes also together. Okay. Very similar way how to create a new variable in a proc SQL. Let's see. Proc SQL. Create a table. For example, I'm going to create a table called ratio underscore SQL. As and a select statement. I need all the variables and I'm going to create a new variable. Okay. So can I mention select star all the variables from input data set, comma, new variable I will. So how can I create a new variable? See here. Always remember in a proc SQL, first you will write a derivation part. Then mention the variable name. Okay. First to mention, give the derivation part, then mention the variable name. Okay, clear? So here also same why I was relating to the attributes is one, because here also you can see the attributes. Giving the attributes is not mandatory, but you can also give the attributes for the variable here itself. What is the label format if you want to give, you can give it now. Okay. Select star, comma, new variable you are creating. That variable you have to derive like this. First derivation as variable name. Okay. From select that class. Select it. Okay. Run the program. See, 19 rows, 6 columns. That see, new column created here also. Ratio And that column labels formats also I can give it using proc SQL also. Okay, that's it. So this is how we can create a new columns in the proc SQL. Okay. So one more example I give, very simple. Okay, whenever you want to create any new variable, data table, for example, test as select, for example, all the variables. Apart from that, all the variables are input data set. If any new variable you want to create, for example, some character variable if you want to create, okay, test. I'm giving the value as yes. The variable name is var1 is a variable name. I want to create one more variable. I want to give the value as a 100 as a variable. So this is going to be created as a character variable because you are passing character data. This is going to be created as a numeric variable because you are passing the numeric data. First, you have to give the derivation as variable name. Derivation as variable name. Remember, always each variable has to separate with comma. Okay, clear? Understand? This is how we can create a new variables in a process. See, variable 1 I created, I give the value as this. Variable 2 I have created, I give the value as 100. It's created as a character variable. It's created as a numeric variable. Okay? Understand? This is how we can create a new variable in a process. Okay? Till now it is clear, everyone? Any doubts? If no doubts, see here. How to use where class. So now we are clear with how to use a create statement, select statement, from statement. Now we'll discuss remaining. How to use the where class. General, for example, I want to create some mail data set. So you can write like this, where sex is equal to m. So those observations also will come separately. Correct? So now your mail data set will contains only sex is equal to mail details. Similarly, in a proc scale, how can I do it? Can someone help me? Proc scale. Create a table. Same thing, how can I get it in a scale?
Mail underscore SQL.
Okay, your data set name should be anything. Okay, mail underscore SQL as select statement, right? Next, select
Star
Star.
select star.
from sashel dot class
And charger plus
where is equal to m.
where is equal to where sex is equal to m.
Equal to m. Yeah.
Semicolon. So in a data step, I will use a wait step. In a proc scale also, you can use it in the same way. Okay, 10 rows, 5 columns are created. Where sex is equal to m.
Sir, at a time we can create two data sets, sir, male and female, separately.
Here,
Yes.
in a proc SQL, you can't create. You can
Okay.
create only one table.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next. So now we understand how to use a where class also. Next, how to use the group by class. Okay. To select this group by class, to explain this group by class, I'll tell you the one scenario.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yeah.
In where statement we can do multiple filtering, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, you can also do it here also. Multiple filters, you can write it here. Where X is equal to n and age
And,
less
okay,
than
and
b,
B.
and greater than there's this and symbol, the or symbols you can write.
Okay.
Okay.
So same as the proc steps and data steps.
Same,
So we are
same.
implementing in SQL. That's it.
That's where statement will usage will be same. Okay.
Okay.
You can't use if statements, right? If won't work in a proc steps.
Okay. Here we can do, sir, if statement.
That's what if won't work in a proc steps. It's a proc
Okay.
statement, right?
Yeah. Yes.
See, you'll throw error if you use if syntax error. Okay. That's the reason you have to use only where. Okay. Okay, how to use a group by statements and having statements? I'll explain the next class. So before that, we have to discuss the. We'll stop it here for proc SQL topic. Okay. How to use group by statement, having statement, order by statement. I'll explain in the next class. So now we'll complete the discussion of these tasks actually. Okay, this is there, right? Everyone sent a mail. So up to here, proc SQL is clear, right? Any doubts till now? How to write the programming, subsetting the program, creating the new variables, usage of where class. Up to here, it is clear, everyone? Any doubts? Fine, right? Okay. So remaining queries we'll discuss in the next class. So now we'll complete this topic. Arrays and okay. So everyone sent a mails. Kishan. Okay. Okay, sent a mail also. Kishan, who else did? Mehboob. Next. Srinath. Manasa. Ashok.
अच्छा दीप okay. So what is the task I gave? First one, create a new data set from the family income to calculate the tax income variable, that is 10% of respective family income by using arrays concept. Okay. So in my output data set, I need both the 10, 12 family incomes and the 12 tax incomes in my output data set. Okay. Okay. First one, put it. Kishan. Yes, Kishan. Family income, okay. So you create in the two arrays. Okay. So tax array. The 12 family incomes and their respective tax incomes. Okay, fine. So my expectation is very simple here. I want everyone to create two arrays here. Okay, you can give the array names also, tax income 1 to 12 also. We did not give also by default. Whenever it is created, it will store there. Okay. So first task was fine. But the second task,
It wasn't completed.
not completed.
Yes, sorry.
Okay, fine. Then first was fine. Let's see others take it or not. Those tasks, Mehboob. On the row, civil Syed. So 12 family incomes. Respect to tax incomes. Okay. Fine, Syed. What about second task?
No, sir, I won't get it, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Let's play now anyway. Let's see others have it or not. Next. Those tasks. Srinath. Okay. First family income. Three observation, only 13 variables are there. Yes, Srinath.
Sir,
Family income 1 to 12.
The first one, sir, in the, yeah.
See, family income 1 to 12. Only family. What happened? That too, the values also, see same values are coming. 32.1,
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
404, 404, 601. What you did a mistake? You're supposed to create it. First, you have to create a two arrays. You created only one array. That's the reason only half variables are creating. Okay. And your, for example, this is income. It is also this is the tax. Okay. Tax of 12. So here you created tax income variables. 1 to 12. So your output variables are there here. Your input variables are there in this array. You are mentioning family income 1 means only first variable to take it. You have to take the array name. Okay. Clear?
Yes.
It will come correctly. See, 25 variables are coming. See, all the 25 variables. Different values are coming now.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. You haven't created the two arrays. First thing, and you used only one variable name instead of the array name. Okay, that's the reason no same values are repeating for you. Okay, you have to check your output data set whether its values are coming properly or not. Okay. What you tried and second one.
I have a dot in first task, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
So we have three observations. Wait.
Okay.
We have a three for 12 variables, three observations, sir. In this data, missing values are there. What will how to write the code? Somewhat some variables we have a missing values. So how to write the code?
Missing values list and missing value you don't want to apply. Say for example, here, not missing. Okay. Or else you can write it like wherever income of y not equal to none, then only do it. Okay. Generally it's a numeric variable not equal to that, then write it. Simple. Okay. Wherever your family income, general, what is a general how you'll write? If your family income 1, okay, family income in the first variable, if it doesn't have any missing values, then only do some operation. Correct? Okay. Or else on a missing value only you want to do it. Then write equals only. Wherever missing was there, you do some task.
Yes, sir.
This is how you can change. Got it? You can use it.
Yes.
Okay. So the next one. Okay, what do you do?
I'm not in the array, sir.
I don't want like this. I need arrays. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. So understand, right? What changes you have to do. I'm not saving the code.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Rectify the changes. Next. Answer.
This Manasa created only one array.
Yeah, I did the same mistakes, Sudarshan, as the.
So I have to create 2 arrays here. Okay.
Yeah, okay, okay,
So rectify that.
sure.
Okay, you did second one correct. Here, let's see. So this is my input data set. You created one array. Okay, yeah. Good. Good. Okay, here you use a div function, here you not use div function, right?
Yeah, actually, I saw it somewhere in the documents because I didn't get the task. So I Googled it and I found it somewhere. I tried using both the statements. For one, I kept and other, I used this one. Just a trial and error. That's it.
Okay. Fine.
But I checked both using with dim function and both using two also. It works the same.
Same.
So lastly, I tried this by using both the dim and the two. So I kept like that.
Okay. Okay, fine. Got it. I'll tell you for others also.
Okay.
See, what can you do with this task? Okay, what is the second task? First task, everyone is clear, I think so. See the second task. Create a, okay. Replace all the character missing values with a numeric values missing with 0. Okay. So she tried using, I want to select all the character variables, all the numeric variables. How can I select? So I can use this one, underscore character underscore underscore numeric underscore. Underscore character underscore represents all the character variables in a data set. Underscore numeric underscore represents all the numeric variables in a data set. Okay, so all the numeric variables I'm storing in one array. All the character variables I'm storing in one array. Okay. Next. So I want to write if check the condition, what is the requirement? Wherever the missing values are there, replace with a particular value. If the character missing value is 10, numeric missing value is 0. Correct? Okay. First I'm doing for a numeric variables. If numeric variables means under height. Okay. If numeric variables means generally it will get a smart square, that's a dot. Okay. Wherever you have a dot, wherever you have missing values, let's assume missing values only, it is there. If it is missing value, replacing with 0. If it is a character missing value, replacing 10. Just you have to write a loop, right? For all the numeric variables you have to write. Do is equal to I is equal to 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2 means why you are mentioning that loop 2 here? Here you are aware there are 2 character variables are there, 2 numeric variables are there. You can write a loop 1, 2, 2. For example, they are given some big data set to you. You don't know how many character variables are there, how many numeric variables are there. That time you cannot write a end point, right? I is equal to starting 1, okay, the limit you don't know. Either 3 variables, 4 variables, 5 variables. That time you can use this in dim function. What this dim function will do? Dim, if you mention that array name, means in this array, how many variables are stored? 2 variables, 3 variables, 5 variables. That number will resolve here. So it's going to resolve as I is equal to 1, 2, 2 because here 2 numeric variables are. If it is 5 numeric variables are there in your input data set, it's going to resolve as I is equal to 1 to 5. If it is 10 numeric variables are there, it's going to resolve as I is equal to 1 to 10. Okay, then you are checking the condition. If it is missing value, replace with 0. Same applicable to the character variables as well. Okay.
But here 1 to 2 is given as 2 I is equal to 1 to 2.
Yeah, instead of 1 to 2, you can use it. Here you already know 2 variables. You can use 2. Or else you can use the dim of that array name.
Okay.
In the character data, how many variables are stored? At that time, you have to rotate this loop, right? So use that array name. Okay. Okay. Character values are being converted into numeric values by at 188 line. See, I told you, right? You give a space here. It's supposed to be a dot. Your missing values are dots, right?
Yeah.
Numeric values.
No.
So you won't get that warning. See, now it is not coming. Previously, you are getting this one.
Yeah, so that.
See, wherever the character missing values are there, you are getting any numeric missing values. Will see. Clear? In some other way also you can do it this one. Let's say I'll tell you another way also. Let's say any other state. Use for this. Ashok. Okay. 2 arrays you have created. The first task first. Twelve family incomes, so their expected tax incomes. Okay. What about the second task?
Done, sir.
Using this if statements, I don't know. Why underscore n underscore? Ashok,
Yes, sir.
why underscore n underscore? What is
Missing
under-
letters.
Hmm?
Missing letters.
Missing
Particular
records.
missing.
You're checking the missing records here. Why use underscore n underscore? Hmm? You can use I also, right? I is equal to 1 to 10.
Okay.
Because underscore n underscore has a different meaning, right? Underscore
Yeah.
underscore I and error underscore. The store automatic variables will create at the background. Here it is not required. You can write it like this also. This is also will give the output for you.
MSA.
You can drop it. NA0. See?
Yeah.
So this is simple way of doing. But here the problem is, here you know already in this input data set, you have only 2 character variables are there, 2 numeric variables are there. It will work. So 2 numeric variables you are giving for one array, 2 character variables are giving for another array. If I give another data set, again this code won't work. Correct? Because again you have to change your numeric variables or character variables.
Yeah.
So instead of that, okay, you can use this underscore numeric underscore character. And next thing, I is equal 1 to 2. This 2 you wrote it because you already know only 2 variables are there.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have it, use the dim function.
Okay.
Okay. But this up to this stuff it was fine. Or more effectively, if you want to write it, you can write it in this way. And write it separately only. Do look. Why? Because sometimes only here 1 to 2. Luckily you have 2 character variables, 2 numeric variables are there. Sometimes 5 character variables, only 2 numeric variables are there. That time it
Both I had to write. Both I had to write.
So you have to write 2 doodles.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
That correction you have to do. Next. Put it this one.
Me, sir. Achha.
Okay, Archana.
I thought the data set is needed only tax income. So I wrote only one array.
Okay, 2 arrays was required.
Oh, okay, sir.
Again, I mentioned, right? So here, what is the output data set I'm going to get? Tax manual, same output data set I need.
Okay.
Okay. So 2 arrays you have to create. Just update that one. Okay.
Oh.
So this one. Those 2 do loops you wrote it, that's fine. But here, instead of here,
That is
instead
fine.
underscore, character underscore, underscore, numeric underscore.
Okay.
It will work for this one. You tried good actually, but follow this. Okay.
Mhm.
Write a drop statement outside the loop. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
So remaining was
So that dim function, just explain once. Dim.
okay.
thing.
Very simple. Dim function is it will resolves to a number. Which number it will resolve? For example, in this array, how many variables you store? That number it will resolve. Okay. For example, underscore numeric underscore represents all the numeric variables, right? In your data set, how many numeric variables are there? 3 variables, 5 variables, 7 variables. All the numeric variables are storing in this one array, correct? N array.
Yes.
Now, in this n array, when you use a dim of n array means in this array, how many variables you store? 5,
Oh.
7, 8, 10, that number will resolve it.
Fine. Fine.
You're writing 1 to 2, right?
Yeah.
How you
Here.
aware there are 2 variables are there? Because you know here, correct?
Correct.
If you don't know, okay, simply
Okay.
use dim of. If you mention this array name also, so now also your program will work. Dim of array name. Now your program will work now also. Run the program. See, mix maps replaced. See, still you're getting same output.
Okay.
Now understand, right?
Yes. And array name length should be any specific number, sir. Actually,
You don't give the number. What will happen?
no, not like that. Sir. This array name character. I think I wrote some.
Name.
Huh.
You name. You can give it anything, no problem.
Okay.
Instead of some lengthy one, you give it some variable. Yeah,
Oh.
character. There is no limit for that one actually. It's a variable name, right?
Just check right once a character, full spelling.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Oh.
So when you write like this, it didn't work.
No, sir. A character like more than 8 something it's shown. Whether it is correct or not, just check once.
Number code.
Yeah.
My error not belongs to that one. Wait.
Not. Okay.
It's working. I used a character, more than 8 characters. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
That doesn't have a problem. You can give any name. Array name, you can give a name. Okay.
Okay.
Next, Deepa. Yes, Deepa. 10%, okay. 10% means 0.1, right? Y1. And that's also we created only 12 variables. Family income variables, 2 arrays you have to create. The changes you have to do it and arrays. So we would used underscore character underscore numeric. That's good. Yes, see. Instead of do loop, do instead of I is equal 1 to 2, you can write it do over also. I was telling, right? There is another way we can do it. This is another way. Instead of do I is equal 1 to 2 or 1 to 10 or 1 to 10, use a do over also. Okay. But she did it for only for one array. Do over MM1. Okay. Means until this array elements was over, this 2 will rotate. Okay. Actually, for her, this program will work. She will get output correct only because MM1 contains only 2 values. two variables. Until 2, this loop will rotate. Every time it will check a condition, if it is missing, replace with NA. For MM2, wherever numeric value is missing, it replaces with 0. Mix. So is getting the output correctly. Okay. Let me give you in detail. Same array program using do loops you are writing, correct? This is the input data set. Okay? So this concept everyone understand. Do is equal 1 to 10 using dim statement you are writing. Okay. Instead of same program, this is another way I was telling using do over. Okay. Do over up to where it will over until this array elements variables are completed. Okay. Do over until it is completed. This is also a way. Okay, why?
So you have to remove that n array of I you are giving there, right?
This is not. You can write it like. You can write it like you can use a missing function also. Missing of. Okay. You can write it in array equal to 0. Similarly, C array. If missing of C array is there, then replace with any. Okay. So no need to mention the stars also not. Why? Drop the noise. Okay. Replace 5. It's also coming up. Clear? So you can use it normal do loop statement or do over also you can write. Okay. Clear now, everyone? Now you just compare with the normal do program and this. You will get clarity. Okay. Okay. That's it. Fine. With this task, that's it. Clear? Both the things? Both the ways you can do it. Either use a do loop or do over. Anything is fine. Both will give the same output. Okay. So you have to know the arrays concept mainly. Here in the previous program, previous task I gave, right? Creating of 2 arrays. Okay. Like this 2 arrays you can create. Notes also I was mentioning. 2 arrays you can create. and usage of this dim function. Okay, and this usage of this underscore numeric underscore. Either use do loop or do what, there is nothing difference. Whichever comfortable you can write. Okay, in real time, whenever array concept you can see, right, array programs, you can see only these things. This program mainly and this program mainly. Okay, keep it in these two programs in the mind. Most of your array concept programs will come like this only in real time. Okay, that's it. So that's it for mine. That's it for this
Recording stopped.
remaining progress SQL topic we'll discuss in the next class. Okay. Fine then. Any questions, anyone? Good, everyone was tried. That's good. Okay, thank you. Thanks, everyone. We'll catch up in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.